All right, I think we're live on Facebook and YouTube already with audio. We are also live streaming this on the WSFA family of apps on your smart TVs, on you name it pretty much. We are going to be doing all of that and testing all of that and going over all of that. So with no further ado, I am your long lost buddy Josh Johnson here. We are live multicasting now on Facebook, YouTube, and the WSFA family of apps. We are doing so to discuss a serious, potentially life-threatening weather situation that will evolve across the state of Alabama on Saturday, March 15th. We think there is a significant risk of tornadoes, damaging wind, and large hail, and this risk level is one of the highest ones we've had in years. Those of you who have watched for a long time know I am not one to hype. I am not one to use scary words or language a lot unless it is warranted. And in this case, we believe that it is indeed warranted because of the overwhelming threat and the data that we're seeing in right now. So we will begin with just kind of a Cliff's Notes version of this. Pardon me, sniffling's not fun, but I've been sick for a while now. I'm doing my best to get over it, but the weather's not really doing me a solid on that one. So Cliff's Notes first, and then we will get into some of the deeper dive on the data here. So multiple rounds of storms. The morning round, severe storms will develop back in parts of central Mississippi and move northwest. Northwest and north central Alabama will almost certainly get some storms out of that morning round, some of which could even produce isolated tornadoes, damaging wind gusts. This will be a close shave for our far northwestern counties. So Marengo, Perry, Chilton, Coosa, we'll keep an eye out for you. Elsewhere, I suspect, from Montgomery south and east, it is more likely than not that this morning round will miss us to the north. Can't guarantee it, but that's the data we see right now. Then in the afternoon, scattered severe storms begin to form back in Mississippi. Those will then move into West Alabama. Late Saturday afternoon, and then Saturday evening into Saturday night, those supercells will form up into clusters of supercells, still some individual supercells, and or parts of a squall line, and then move across the remainder of the state. So this is a significant threat of severe weather that will come in multiple waves. The maximum danger in this is going to be with these afternoon and evening thunderstorms. So we've declared it a first alert weather day. So this is the latest in from the Storm Prediction Center, and this is sobering. I got nauseated a little when I saw this, like it rolled my stomach, because that's a high risk. That's a level 5 out of 5 risk that runs from Camden to Prattville to Alex City and points west from there. It's a level 4 risk for everyone else in our area. And look, what I do not want you to do is look at this map and say, oh, well, I'm not in the level 5. What does it matter? A level 4 risk is a big problem, right? A level 5 risk is potentially catastrophic problems. So this entire map is bad. There's nothing good about this. This is one where every single square inch of the state of Alabama has a significant risk of tornadoes Saturday into Saturday night. So I show you this just to give you, again, some sort of historical perspective on, where does this risk level come in? Is it here? Is it here? And unfortunately, this is one of those high-end days, Saturday and into Saturday night, that I'm afraid we're going to talk about a while. Okay, let's get into the data here. So I'll begin with the graph computer model. That's a model we contract with IBM to get. So this is that. Tonight, you'll notice it does pop a few showers and storms back here, but all of that stays northwest of us. There's a lot of disagreement about this morning round of storms. Where exactly does it form? Who exactly does it affect? What I need you to know is just that we will be watching primarily the northwestern counties of our area Saturday morning, early, 5, 6, 7 a.m. Okay. Then that all fades away. The sun comes out Saturday morning. Much of Saturday afternoon is still sunny. But then by mid to late afternoon, these really intense cells begin to come out of Mississippi. These are going to be producing tornadoes. It's not a maybe. It's not a chance. This is something that I hope I'm wrong. I hope badly that I'm wrong. But these are going to be tornadic supercells that come out of Mississippi and then make their way pretty quickly across the state from west to east, Saturday evening into Saturday night. Then by very early Sunday morning, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, this makes it on out of the state and life gets better. So that's the graph. This is the high-res rapid refresh model. We call it the HER. So similar sort of thing. It's a little more aggressive with that morning wave. So this is 3 o'clock Saturday morning, and you've already got a little trouble up here in the northwestern counties. Now keep in mind, temperatures are in the 60s at this point. The thermodynamic profile is marginal, but there's a lot of wind shear. So we could spin up a brief tornado in that Saturday morning, northwest of Montgomery. But then same thing, that all clears out, and it doesn't help reduce the severity of the later round, because every piece of data I see has the sun coming up back out Saturday late morning into early afternoon. Temperatures spike up into the upper 70s and low 80s, and then a very intense line of supercells races across the state and drops tornadoes and damaging winds. So I've shown you two computer models. They disagree on the morning stuff, but they are in lockstep agreement about the afternoon and evening. I'm going to say a few things that I don't normally say, because I love to be the voice of reason. I love to, if anything, sometimes I downplay things. I want you to take Saturday and Saturday night as seriously as you can take a weather situation. I don't want you to panic. I don't want you to freak out. I don't want you anxious. I want you to take it very seriously. I want you to understand the gravity of the situation. I want you to make a plan, a calm, cool, collected plan, and then do it, right? Now, if you live in a mobile or manufactured home, I'm going to tell you the same thing I would tell my own family and have spent today telling my own family. My advice is for you to be out of your mobile home, make every reasonable effort to be out of your mobile home between noon Saturday and 8 o'clock Sunday morning. So noon Saturday, get where you're going, get out of the mobile home, and stay there until the sun comes up Sunday morning. I get it. That's an inconvenience, right? It's not possible for everyone. I understand that. I'm saying if a reasonable effort can be made that gets you out of your mobile home between noon Saturday and 8 o'clock Sunday morning, my advice is to do that. Family member, a friend, a hotel, a neighbor, a shelter. That's the idea here. I do not want you evacuating the state of Alabama. Statistically, you are more likely to hurt yourself getting in your car and driving to Nashville with rain and storms than you are staying put and getting to a tornado shelter closer in, right? So I do not think anyone needs to get in their car and leave the state of Alabama. That's not it. Mobile homes you need to get out of. Now, if you live in a site-built home, a home that was built on a crawl space or a slab construction, you do not need to go anywhere. You need to stay put. You need to have multiple reliable ways of getting weather alerts, and you need to plan ahead where you'll go if there's a tornado warning for your county or your location. Lowest floor, hallway, bathroom, or closet. That is statistically the safest place for you to be. If you leave a brick home to go out for a tornado shelter, what happens if the tornado speeds up? What happens if you get in a car wreck? There's so many bad things you can introduce into that if you live in a site-built home, statistics tell us you are safer to stay there. If you live in a mobile or manufactured home, statistics and history and personal pain tell me you are not safer there. You need to make alternate arrangements. The good news is we've been banging on this drum for days now, and you still have the rest of the day today and tomorrow morning to make these arrangements. But I am begging you, I am urging you, make those arrangements. I am begging you, I am urging you, if you live in a mobile home in the state of Alabama, be somewhere else between noon Saturday and 8 o'clock Sunday morning. I can't put it any plainer. I'm not a scare guy. I'm not a hype guy. I don't want you panicked, but I got to level with you, right? I got to tell you what I think is going to happen. And this is what I think is going to happen. And it's not just what I think is going to happen, it's what the Storm Prediction Center thinks is going to happen as well. So we'll note the HER is a little faster. It gets the storms out cleaner and faster, but it's still, the HER is a very bad day for Alabama. There's no way to sugarcoat that. Let me show you this is the tornado environment, and I'll go back and we'll adjust a little thing so you can see that a little better. That sort of sped by. But this is the high-res rapid refresh model's depiction of the tornado environment across the state of Alabama. And again, same sort of thing here. It's not good news. We're fine for most of the night tonight, but then early tomorrow morning in the northwestern counties, we'll watch. But then the primary threat evolves Saturday afternoon into Saturday night. You'll see these values here. These are significant tornado values of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anything over 1 correlates with strong tornadoes. Over 2, it correlates with EF3 and 4 tornadoes plus, and we're double that. So again, I don't want you scared. I don't want you anxious. We got this. There's just a few things you need to do. You need to make some arrangements. You need to make some plans, right? If you do that, if you have multiple reliable ways of getting weather warnings, you get out of mobile manufactured homes, hunker down, write it out, get in that safe place, stay in that safe place, you will be just fine. You will be just fine. So we're calm, we're cool, we're collected, but we're also having a very honest and frank conversation about what this whole setup is and is not. And unfortunately, it's a big deal. So these are the updated threat levels from the Storm Prediction Center. Actually, they're not. Someone put keyframes in it. But level 5 risk now for tornadoes and damaging wind. It is maximized in the western counties of the state. But again, this is a big deal. Level 5 risk is nothing to sneeze at ever. This is a potentially life-threatening scenario in terms of weather for Saturday. So again, the call to action here. Don't freak out. Don't panic. Don't be anxious. Look, when people are scared, they make bad decisions. We don't want that. Look, I promise you, we got this. But it's going to take, I'm doing my part, you're going to do your part. And together, with the prayers up, we're going to get through all of this, right? Us together. We've done it before. We'll do it again. You need multiple reliable ways of getting weather warnings. The WSFA First Alert Weather App and a NOAA Weather Radio, winning combination. Do not rely on outdoor sirens. I hope I said that strong enough. Another favor I want to ask of you. Most of you watching this, honestly, I'm preaching to the choir. You already have all this stuff. You pay attention to the weather. But your Uncle Tom might not, and your Aunt Frances might not, and Grandma might not, and your Cousin Eddie might not. I want you to help us get the word out. When we're tracking tornadoes Saturday to Saturday night, and you hear us talk about a town that you got a family member in or a friend in, I want you to text them. Hey, take this seriously. Hey, get to that safe place. You can help us spread the word. WSFA, we send friends alerts, right? We send family alerts. So help us help you, help us help the broader community in the state of Alabama by getting the word out on this, right? Those of you who have watched me for years know I don't use terms and words like the ones I'm using now, hardly ever. But there's a reason for that. The data looks rough here. Now, he's in control, not us. This could trend back better. This could work out to be not as bad as we think. I hope I am wrong. I literally pray right now I'm wrong. But what if we're not? What if the data's right on the money? And that's what we've got to go with, right? We've got good data. The data is in really good agreement. So that's where we are. All right. I'm going to see if we have any questions and see if they're questions we can kind of get to here in short order. Now, if you're asking about specific cities and counties, we're not going to get into that because, quite frankly, we've already covered all that. I'll do my best to come back and type in some answers to some of the questions on the lives here. There's a lot of them. Is this just as bad for Houston County? Yes. Every square inch of Alabama, there is a risk of severe weather. By the way, we have a story on WSFA.com about where the shelters are. I will post that on my Facebook page, Josh Johnson WSFA on Facebook. I'm going to post that. Also, bookmark this website, findyourtornadoshelter.com. It's great. A friend of mine, Craig Croskery from Mississippi State University, Dr. Craig actually, has put together this incredible resource, findyourtornadoshelter.com. And it's free. And you go over there and you check it out and you look at it and it helps you find where your tornado shelter is. As always, try to call to confirm that it's open, right? But you can at least get an idea. And again, now's the time to work on this. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. Your county EMA people are still in the office. So work on that now. The key here is not, look, I don't want you scared. I want you the opposite of scared. I want you prepared. I want you and we're like a coach and a group of players, and we're getting ready to go play this game, and we've gone over the game plan, and you know the plan, and I know the plan, and all we got to go do now is go do the plan. That's what I want. I want you prepared. So multiple reliable ways of getting weather warnings. Plan ahead of time where you'll go. If that's community shelter, go to findyourtornadoshelter.com. Find the closest one to you. Give that county's emergency management agency a call. Confirm that it's open and go with it. If you have a well-built, stick-built home, get in your safe place. You will be okay, yes. On our worst tornado days, we have thousands of people who survive direct hits from big tornadoes because they are in their safe place inside their site-built home. Yes, there are a few homes in the highest of high-end tornadoes that get swept off the slab, but that is the overwhelming exception. The chance of that happening is 0.0000000 something percent. Even an F4 tornado leaves something on the slab, right? Even an EF4, it leaves something on the slab, and that something is usually a bathroom, and a hallway, and a closet, right there in the center part of the house where you will be. You're statistically a lot worse off trying to outrun it. So don't fool with that. Stay in there. Tornado threat everywhere. Lots and lots of questions. What do we need in our safe place? That's a great question. Hard-soled shoes, because there could be damage and nails and glass outside. A lot of people don't think about that. Get you an air horn. If the house were to get hit and there's rescuers driving around, they're looking for people, you got an air horn, they're going to hear you. Any important medications that you need, right? Take that in the safe place with you. Most important one, a helmet. Get a helmet. You don't have a helmet, a blanket, a pillow. Even I've seen people use a stock pot. The number one killer in tornadoes, by far, head and neck injuries. Get something that protects your head. And again, you do these things, you're going to be fine. You are going to be fine. We've got this. You've got this. You're prepared. We highlighted this day red on Sunday. 6 days we've been talking about this now. You're sick of hearing me talk about it. I'm sick of hearing me talk about it. But we got to get you ready. And that's what we're doing here. We're getting you ready. A site-built home get knocked off the slab with a 4 or 5 tornado. I don't understand how it's so much safer. Kristen, it's actually not true. In order to rate a tornado EF5, it has to completely wipe the slab clean. If it doesn't wipe the slab clean, it's an EF4. So only an EF5 can do that. EF5s, by the way, are 0.0001% of all tornadoes, maybe less. So in 99.999% of tornadoes, there's something left of the house. And that something is almost always interior room, small room, center part of your house, lowest floor. If you go there, you are statistically almost certain to survive. You are far more statistically certain than if you go outside and try to drive away from it or drive to Florida to get away or any of those ideas I've seen today. I get it. We're all a little anxious, right? Anxiety makes people make bad choices or we're not thinking clearly. I'm here to try to help you think clearly and just tell you what history tells us, what science tells us, what statistics tell us, what our experience tells us. And that's it. All right. I hate to run, but I gotta. I've got WSFA 12 News First at 4 coming up in about 5 minutes. I hope you'll join us there. We're going to have all sort of information about the weather, news, all of that in a First at 4. You can stream that live on the WSFA apps. You can watch it free with an over-the-air antenna. You can watch it on pay TV services like cable and satellite. We also stream to Apple TV, Amazon Fire, as well as Roku. Now, one word before I go. When we get into continuous coverage on Saturday, I'm not going to be able to answer questions on Facebook. I'm not going to be able to message you back and forth like I normally. I'm really good about that. My thumbs have gotten to work out today. But when we're in that continuous coverage, we've got to focus on getting the word out to as many people as possible. The best way to stay informed is not Facebook. It is the WSFA app or watching WSFA when we're in tornado warnings, right? We usually stream our coverage live on Facebook. We probably will again. But if you go to Facebook, you don't see anything. Look, the first place you need to go needs to be watching WSFA on Saturday. That will be the key. That's very important. So, all right, everyone. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. We're all going to get through.